And you're a judge. You claim you're a judge. You don't know law. You don't know law. Nonsense. Where is the family address? Where is it? Which law gave you the right to go to the family address? Which law gave you that right? If you don't know nonsense, and you want to try this, and you want to use the place and pray with me, and you want to try to do this stuff. What is this happening here? What are you doing 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 here? This is the people that attack me. This is the food that attack me.
Few moments ago, a dramatic scene unfolded in the Federal High Court in Abuja as Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, lost his cool in the middle of his trial. His frustration boiled over as he confronted Justice James Omotosho, accusing the judge of bias. According to reports, Kanu, visibly agitated, shouted in the courtroom, "Show me the law. Where's the law?" The tension in the room was palpable as Kanu was escorted out of the courtroom by security operatives after his outburst. Now, what does this mean? Let's break it down. Kanu's trial has been one of the most closely watched legal proceedings in Nigeria. As the leader of IPOB, a group that has called for the secession of the Southeast from Nigeria, Kanu is facing serious charges, including terrorism and incitement to violence. But what's more important here is how this confrontation with the judge might affect his case. Kanu's outburst, screaming at the judge, saying the law was unclear and demanding its justification, was not just a moment of anger. It's a reflection of a deeper issue that has been brewing in the case. Kanu's ongoing challenge to the validity of the charges against him. He's consistently argued that the laws under which he's been charged were either repealed or are not applicable to his actions. So, when Kanu stood there, challenging the judge in front of the courtroom, it was a powerful statement. He wasn't just speaking out of frustration, he was making a stand about his belief that this entire trial may not be legal in the first place. The drama didn't stop there. The tension in the courtroom was so high that Kanu had to be escorted out. This is a significant moment because it shows just how charged things are, not only in the courtroom, but also in the public perception of this case. People are already divided over Kanu's actions. Some believe he is simply standing up for his rights, while others see his behavior as disruptive, questioning the fairness of the proceedings. Now let's talk about the legal implications of what happened. Kanu has repeatedly claimed that he was denied fair legal representation and that parts of the law under which he's charged were outdated. For example, he argued that the law on terrorism that was used against him has already been repealed. So, in Kanu's mind, he's standing in front of the court not only as someone accused of a crime, but as someone who believes the whole system is flawed. That's why his confrontation with the judge was more than just a moment of anger. It was an act of defiance. Kanu is not just fighting his case in the courtroom. He's fighting a system that he believes is unjust. But here's the thing. The confrontation could also have a negative impact on Kanu's defense. By publicly lashing out at the judge, he risks further alienating himself from the legal system. While he might gain some support from his followers, who view him as a hero standing up against an unfair system, this kind of outburst could also damage his case. In the eyes of the court, such behavior could be seen as disrespectful and could lead to further legal complications. So, what happens next? The court proceedings have already been delayed several times due to Kanu's legal team and his challenges to the charges. The court adjourned again after the outburst, but what's unclear is how the judge will handle Kanu's behavior moving forward. Will the judge be lenient, or will this outburst lead to stricter consequences for Kanu? Only time will tell. But beyond the legal drama, the broader impact of this case cannot be ignored. Kanu's trial is symbolic of the deep divisions in Nigeria. The Southeast, where Kanu and his IPOB movement have a significant following, has long felt marginalized by the central government. Kanu's actions, including his call for Biafra's secession, have sparked a broader debate about the future of Nigeria and the relationship between its different regions. This trial is not just about one man, it's about a movement, a cause, and a country at a crossroads. As we continue to follow this story, the question remains, how will this trial play out? Will Kanu's defiant stance help his cause, or will it backfire? The answer is still unclear. What we do know is that the stakes are incredibly high, and the outcome of this trial could have lasting consequences, not just for Kanu, but for the entire nation. And let's not forget the security aspect of this trial. The large presence of security operatives in and around the court is a clear indication of how sensitive and high-profile this case has become. Kanu's supporters are known for their passionate activism, and there have been concerns about potential unrest if things don't go as they hope. The Nigerian government is walking a fine line in handling this case, balancing the need for security with the need to avoid inflaming tensions. With all this happening, it's important to understand what's at stake here. On the one hand, there's Kanu, fighting for what he believes is a fair trial and justice. On the other hand, there's the Nigerian state, determined to bring him to justice for what it sees as acts of terrorism and violence. And in between, there are the people of Nigeria, watching closely to see how this case will unfold and what it means for the future of their country. So, what's next for Nnamdi Kanu? Will he continue to lash out in court, challenging the legal system at every turn, or will he find a way to navigate the system and make his case in a way that resonates with the court and the public? As the trial continues, we'll be watching closely to see what happens next. But what do you think? Do you believe Kanu is justified in his outburst, or do you think he crossed the line? What do you make of the way the legal system is handling this case? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're following this story, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the latest developments. As always, I'll keep you posted on what's going on, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.